seen you in the longest time. 2011, 2012?
Yeah, 2011, 2012, something like that. I think we were both playing the same show.
Yeah, with Accept and
Sabaton.
Sabaton. There you go.
I don't want to speak about Sabaton right now. I'm being nice about it.
Oh, I know how you feel.
Their manager cut us short a couple songs. You know what I was thinking?
Yeah.
That night when they told us the manager's back there going like this,
Right.
cutting us off.
Right.
And I was thinking, telling the guys, you know what? Crank it up. I won't sing. The audience knows what song we're going to do. We're going to do Metal Without Mercy. They knew the lyrics. I was going to have the audience just singing.
Right.
They'd have been freaked out.
That would have tore them apart.
Oh, yeah. They'd have gone, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, exactly.
So you just came out of rehearsal.
Yeah.
How's that going with the band right now?
Oh, it's going fantastic. It's
Okay.
going fantastic. We're getting ready. We're doing a show up in Hollywood on August 5th.
Okay.
A place called Knuckleheads. We're doing it with Avenger of Blood.
Oh, okay. So that should be a really good show for you guys.
Cool guys.
Right.
Yeah, Shannon, the drummer, was in Ruthless for about 6 months. So
Really?
Yeah. He's the thing with that is the poor guy. He was coming up from Las Vegas.
Right.
And his van broke down a couple times and stuff, and he had no air conditioning in that van and stuff. Poor guy, I felt sorry for him. And so he'd stay the weekend at my house, and we do 2 practices, and then after that, we'd go home for a couple weeks, we'd come back and we'd do 2 more.
Okay.
But it got too much for him going back and forth like that.
And that's what I was going to ask you next, just because I saw Bob come out of the studio with you guys.
Yeah.
So how did Bob work his way back into the band, or was he looking for a band at the time again to get back with Ruthless?
Well, no, Bob was playing. Bob and Glenn, one of our guitar players, Glenn Paul. We're playing in a band called Betrayed by Fate, the local band.
Okay.
And in fact, Michael Oliveri was singing for him a little bit toward the end there. Yeah, he came in and sang a couple shows for him. I think it was. It was pretty cool.
Very good.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
But Bob messaged me and said, I want back in that band so bad. And I go, well,
Nice.
I'll tell you what, bud.
Let me think about it.
I said I'll get back to you.
Right. What inspired you to get into singing? Was it somebody in your family?
Well, I listened to a lot of stuff, and the person that actually got me into wanting to sing was listening to Deep Purple. Okay? Ian Gillan, my all-time favorite vocalist, Ian Gillan, and I heard him do Child in Time.
Oh my God, beautiful
That
song,
scream
dude.
that he does on Child in Time, and I go, I gotta do that.
Yeah.
I gotta do that.
Yeah.
And then you know
That and Highway Star.
Oh, Highway Star was great too.
The intro for Highway Star is just amazing.
It's just that sweet child in time.
Yes.
You know, that was just bad.
Yeah, hitting the notes, man.
And then you know, I got it. I love Ronnie Beal.
Of course.
You know, so everybody loves Ronnie Beal.
Now that brings me to who would be your top 5 vocalists of all time?
Okay, Ian Gillan.
Okay.
Ronnie Beal.
Good call.
Rob Halford. Let me see. There's quite a few.
There's quite a few, especially sing.
What's his name? I can't remember.
Iron Maiden.
No, well, Bruce is good. I love Bruce. What's his name from the original vocalist for Right Heat?
Oh,
Brian.
yes. Folks, if you know this, I'm sorry, but I forgot his name. But yeah,
You know.
Uriah Heep singer.
I
Yes.
love his stuff.
Yes.
And
Aaron DeJohn, man.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he was. There's quite a few. I mean, to tell you the truth, even Rush, I love
Geddy Lee.
I love Geddy
Really?
Lee's voice. Yeah. I love those so high notes that he got. You know?
And I think sometimes people are just built with voices like that just because they already started off with a voice, with a high voice, you know. And some people have to really work their way into singing in that direction.
When you hear him doing the early stuff, especially,
oh my God, it's insane.
It's scary, and that was going. You know, I was listening to Rush, and I was going, oh my God, you know, listen to that dude.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of pants is he wearing? That's what I would have told myself.
Can we go back? Can we go back? Remember I said, I can't remember his name, you know?
Yes.
It's David, you know, from Uriah. David Byron. The guy had a phenomenal voice. Right. Phenomenal.
Yeah, he's one of the amazing vocalists that I've ever heard, too.
Yeah.
You know, has the band always been consistent? Has Ruthless always been consistent as far as playing, recording, or were there some dead time for the band?
To tell you the honest truth, as far as consistency, there was some dead time.
Okay.
I mean, when we put out Discipline of Steel in '86, that was like we played a couple more years after that.
Right.
That was up, I think, till '89, but it just wasn't getting it anymore. In fact, I was actually getting tired of
really by '89.
The band was getting from '82 to '89.
Oh, yeah.
The band was getting kind of away from what I wanted to do.
Okay. Is it because of the glam stuff that's happening, or during that time?
Put it this way: two of the band members, I won't mention their names, were more into the glam hard rock stuff than I was. Okay. I don't want to put anybody down. Okay. But anyways, in my mind,
but let me ask you this. So, as far as being a singer, I know I have my issues singing nowadays, but how do you keep up? How do you keep your voice up? How do you do exercises? Do you do any of that, or do you just go? Just sing?
What it is I try to take care of my body the best I can.
Okay.
I mean, as you see, I've kind of slimmed down quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Yeah. You look really good.
30 freaking pounds.
Yeah.
And I try to work out at least 4 days a week.
Okay.
Plus, I don't even drink anymore.
Okay.
It's kind of saved my voice quite a bit. You know, a lot of people out there gonna say, well, I drink too. You know, I'm sick.
Yeah.
But you know what? For me, because I'm getting older and stuff, it's a lot.
Oh, I know how you feel.
I do some vocal exercises, but
Right.
I'll warm up before I start singing and stuff like that. I went to back in the early '80s. I went to Elizabeth Sabine. Okay, and anybody that was around back then knows who she is. She did. Dave Mustaine went there, and Axl Rose actually went there.
Really?
Yeah, went to her. There was a lot of guys that went there. Neil.
Axl might have needed a little bit more training.
Neil from Malice. And he became, actually, for a while, one of her teachers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you came from the right place then.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So, but she taught metal and hard rock vocalist. 80-year-old woman, and she's teaching metal and hard rock vocalists.
How amazing is that?
So it took.
I mean, that's huge.
Oh, yeah. And
how many old ladies do you see coming up to you? Hey, let me teach you some metal screams today.
It was like
we're going through that today.
The way that she taught was you don't use. A lot of people sing, they're taking it from it's from your diaphragm,
right,
and you bring it up, and you make your whole body into a muscle, and that's how she taught me, and it's helped out a lot. It's probably
this is absolutely true for the young kids.
It's probably preserved my voice quite a little bit longer than it would have if I'd been singing the way I was before.
Yeah,
I probably would have been retired already.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bobby Hitro,
who
was in the band from 86, 87 back in the 80s, and then
his drums.
He's the drummer, and then we got back together in 2008, and we couldn't find Todd Billings. Little did I know that Todd Billings lived about maybe 30 minutes from my house.
Really?
but I couldn't find it. And that's who, you know. And so, so I'm sorry, Bobby, but you know, I think I've told you this story before. But anyway, so Jack said, how about Bobby Dietrich? So we got in touch with Bob.
Okay.
Bob came out. That's what we were going to do, the Keep It True Festival.
Right.
And
This was back in 2009. Right.
So we played some shows, and we played some shows as a 4-piece. And I go, you know, we need another guitar.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Was that a little strange, especially with two guitars? I'm sure it takes a little bit away from the sound.
It does. With Glenn,
Right.
Glenn on the album. Glenn could play blindfolded. Glenn could play asleep. Glenn is
The guy
is a phenomenal guitar player. But anyway, so after that, I talked to Jimmy. When I talked to Jimmy, Jimmy said, you know, at first Jimmy was kind of, you know, hesitant. But then Jimmy said, I love Ruthless, love you guys. And so he came in and he was the band for about almost 3 years. And he did Keep It True with us. He did several. In fact, he was the guitar player when in Ruthless when we played with you guys. At the Galaxy. He was the guitar player back then. Him and Kenny. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was that. And then after that, you know, we kind of split up for a couple of years. And I went back because there was nobody there. John had asked me to come back. I really didn't want to, and I'm going to say it. I really didn't want to because of Andy Samus. Okay? And I think he knows. Because he was in the band Scarred at the same time. And for the same damn reasons.
Yes, pretty much for the same damn reasons. This is for sure the same damn reasons.
And I don't care about saying that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, love John. John's a great guitar player. John's a great guy. You know, in fact, Pino was in the band. You know, Amelia.
Yeah.
She was in the band at the same time I was in.
Yeah.
You know, so, but
So who's on bass with you guys as far as
Sandy Vasquez.
Sandy Vasquez?
Right now, Sandy has been in this band for 7 years. Sandy he's my brother.
Long time.
We've known each other for over 30 years, you know, and we've always talked about playing together.
Right.
Well, 2016, the lineup was kind of getting changed a little bit. We talked to Sandy, and we got Sandy in.
And got him into.
And
it's just a blessing in disguise that he come into the band.
There's only 3 bass players that I've played with.
Right.
That I love playing with.
Yeah.
Sandy, Carlos Medina, and Jack Black, the original bass player for the band. And in that order.
Right.
Even though Sandy and Carlos are just two phenomenal guitarists.
It's amazing too how you come across all these musicians that are really amazing players.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them I don't know if they're still around and still playing or, you know.
Well, Jack passed in 2017. And Carlos is with me today. Carlos played with me and Peanut too.
Yes.
Amelia, she was a great bass player too.
Yeah. Who's playing with me now?
I think he's playing with him. But I think he was talking about, you know, basically about certain things and stuff. But Peanut, she was a great bass player too.
Yeah.
She still is. You know, I love her. She's fantastic.
Great.
And her husband Nick.
Cool. Amazing drummer too.
Cool.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
He plays a great punk music, man.
He really does.
But Sandy is just phenomenal. Great songwriter.
Right.
He's got great ideas all the time. And then like I said, Glenn Paul.
Just amazing.
He's one scary guitar player.
Okay.
I had gone and auditioned for and I will say this because my very, very my brother, one of my best friends and my brother of all time, Jimmy Durkin, had switched from Don Doty and they were looking for somebody, and he asked me to come down.
Step in and sing with it.
Asked me to come down. So I went down and jammed with them, and they had to end up going on tour, so the management told them.
And how long did that last?
That didn't last very long.
You guys?
Couple rehearsals,
And that was it.
And then they came back, and Jimmy said, you wanna come down again? And I told him, no, I think I'll stay with Ruthless. That was kind of a mistake at the time, So Ron came in. Ron's a fantastic front man and vocalist. I love Ron Reinhardt. He's a good friend,
Right.
But and then I saw an ad for Bloodlust. And Bloodlust was looking for a vocalist. I think it was right after Steve left. I'm not sure.
Wow.
And Steve went. I think Steve went to do some other stuff.
Right.
I don't know if it was Avatar or something, but
Remember Avatar too.
But I went down and I jammed with him. That's the day I met Sandy.
Interesting.
Okay.
That is interesting.
And actually, they told me, Earl calls me up and says, you got the job. And I thought, cool. And then I called him back a couple days later after thinking about it, and I said, Earl, I think I'm going to stay with Ruthless. Good call.
These are good calls, right? I mean,
it was kind of,
yeah.
I should have done one or the other. At the time, because Ruthless was kind of, not doing very well.
So it just
they all
up from there.
Bloodlust, they all hated me for a while. Wow.
But it still would have been nice to be with.
I'm friends with them now. I mean, and Sandy's my brother.
Okay.
Sandy's my brother. He's been in the band for 7 years. And we've done a lot of stuff together. I mean, I love him. He's just
brother for life.
Yeah.
No, I got you. Now, do you prefer more of a trashier sound than the power metal type of deal?
I love the old Ruthless was more Black Sabbath. Than power metal. It was more Black Sabbath. And now the newer stuff has been a little bit more thrash. And I love that. I mean,
and it seems like the audience seemed to gravitate to that more as well.
Exactly.
More of the headbanging,
Exactly. We've got a couple songs that we'll play live.
Okay.
We got one song off the new album that we played live on the first show we did here a few weeks ago, and it went over real well. It's more of a Black Sabbath type song. We've got a couple of others that are just too long.
Right.
And the audience kind of loses its way. I like to get on stage, kick him in the teeth, leave him that way until the end and say good thank you, good night, And that's the way to do it, And they love it.
Absolutely.
And then, people are saying, well, you should do an encore. And I'll say, let's leave it that way and leave them wanting more,
What other genres do you listen to other than metal? Say in your car or...
I was, you know what? I actually like Southern rock. I really do. I love Southern rock.
I'm a big Southern rock guy.
If I wasn't playing metal and I wanted to play in a band, I probably
would head that direction.
Southern rock band.
Now, what Southern kind of rocks, like Holly Hatchet or
Holly Hatchet,
Leonard Skinner
is the greatest.
Yeah.
Allman Brothers.
Allman Brothers.
I love the Texas boys. Trey Sombres.
ZZ Top.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I love a lot of that stuff.
As far as festivals, what are your most memorable and what are your most favorite festivals that you performed at?
I love Kit.
Okay, Keep it true.
God, I love
Oliver
that.
with Oliver.
Oh yeah, Oliver's a great dude.
Yeah.
And it seems like he does every festival in Germany.
I think he also runs a couple of other festivals as well.
I think
but Kid is his main.
Yeah, that's his main.
That's his baby.
I think he does Rock Hard and
Rock Hard as well. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
I mean, a fantastic guy. And then I would say HOA.
Oh,
Love HOA. Thomas is a great guy to work with too.
right, a good festival as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would say in Spain, Pounding Metal.
Really?
Pounding Metal was a great
Was an
fest.
amazing.
And the crowd, every crowd in Europe is fantastic, but the crowd there, I mean, geez, you know, there was
It's almost to them. It's almost like a religion. You know, when they see metal bands, especially from the U.S. I don't want to knock any European bands, but when a U.S. band comes in, you know, it's like they're in awe almost. Like here come the gods of metal.
And the crowds, they don't get to see some of the U.S. bands a lot,
Especially the underground metal bands.
So they're very happy to see us.
Right.
But I think, I don't know, the crowds in Europe. The reason why I'm singling them out is because they are fantastic. I mean,
I agree.
They show up for everything. Their battle jackets are held together by patches and buttons, you know. And I mean,
Absolutely true.
It's awesome. It's awesome, and they know every freaking lyric.
And that's a scary thing. That's why you can't mess up on stage.
No, you can't.
Because they're singing right along with.
But you know what I do sometimes? Sometimes I'll stand there and just let them sing, and
let them take over.
And I'll stand there with my arms folded and just go. Yeah,
This is great. Right?
Save my voice
that must make you feel
it
above where you are.
It sends chills down my spine, especially when the last time we were there, in Europe, they were singing songs off the new album at the time, Evil Within. Wow. They study your stuff, you know? So like you say, if you screw up, they're going to sit there.
They're going to sing.
He didn't sing what he should sing. You know?
He made something up. He's pulling the Vince Neil.
So if I have a brain fart, I'll sit there and go, okay, well, we're going to sing the next verse. You know?
So now that we got that on the clear, how would you compare, or not so much compare, U.S. crowds, U.S. audience?
I love the East Coast crowds.
Okay.
I love the Midwest crowds. I love the crowds in Texas. I love certain crowds. The L.A. crowds in L.A.
Right.
They come out, and it's young kids, and that's what I love.
Metalheads.
Yeah.
Some of them are even wearing the battle. You know, exactly.
You see them wearing battle jackets, and you see them wearing, you know, some of them.
And they have Ruthless on there.
Wearing high top hops and stuff like that. From I don't know, you know, they call them retro now. But
when we used to wear back in the day.
But they're wearing that stuff, and they're totally into your music. You see young kids out there singing your songs. You're going, holy crap! And that's what I love. I love the young kids
sing along with
are
you.
bringing the genre into the next millennium. You know what I'm saying? The next 20, 30 decades, whatever. Metal will never die because of that.
It's always going to be around.
Exactly.
And now we're about to finish up here.
Yeah, I think so.
And I would like you to
wait a minute. Unless you've got another couple questions you want to ask. I mean, I'm willing to answer them.
So, as far as
I was kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, I was about to. I'm gonna take my Coke and I'm gonna. Where's my car? No, in finishing, are there any people you'd like to thank? Fans?
I want to thank, first of all, the head of our label, Marcus Vaughan. He's one phenomenal guy. I'd like to thank Bart Gabriel for everything he's ever done for us. Okay, I have a lot of friends and a lot of bands, and we're coming out to play with you guys. I mean, we're gonna jam.
Coming soon.
We're coming soon.
Yeah.
And Europe, you're gonna see Ruthless a lot in 2024. I guarantee it. So, thank all the fans out there. Ruthless Nation, we're coming for you. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
And thank you, Sammy.
It was very good.
For doing this interview with me. I appreciate it.
No
I
problem.
had a best time right now.
Oh, I had a great time.
It was a great time,
had a great
man.
time, man.
And we need to hang out.
Yeah, we do. We do. We need to play a show together.
We
man.
definitely need to play a show together.
I don't know if you want to mention them.
Okay, we'd like to mention Las Brisas over here in Chino. They have really good Mexican
A
food.
lot of our friends inside.
A lot of friends outside that just passed
Best
earlier.
salsa and beans.
Best salsa and beans. And anything else, Sammy, you'd like to add?
No. Diet soda's really good too.